We have the data, which is the reviews of more than 100 restaurants, and we also have some good prompt that is a result from playing with ChatGPT in order to create appropriate prompt. And now is the time to utilize all this in order to create the good summaries. This will be done programmatically with some Python code, and in order to see what are the steps to get OpenAI API in order to summarize our reviews, we will first ask ChatGPT, and here it is, some questions. It provides some general steps and also gives some code snippet. Of course, in order to use their API, we will need to get account there, and also need to choose what will be the model, because they have different models with different pricing and so on. I will provide links with some more information about this, but generally, after going and checking some more details, I reached to exactly what endpoints I need to use, and also what model and so on, revising a little bit the code that it provided me, and of course not only here but in Visual Studio Code I put some more details and changes in the code, and here it is what we have. We of course configure first different details like the key, like some file names. By the way, reviews CSV is the file where we have the reviews without new lines, as I explained in the previous video, and we use the OpenAI library that is client to easily access their API, and then we load all the places from the file that is already configured. Here are some helper methods that we used in order to process the responses from the API, and we prepare JSONs where we are going to store the English and the Bulgarian summaries, and the already discussed prompt from the previous video is here. Then iterating the places, we use the completions endpoint. Here we use GPT 3.5 Turbo 0125. Now there are newer models, but at the moment I was creating and playing with this code. This was the most appropriate for such kind of tasks, and then after we get the results, we do some processing with the helper methods, and for every place it is stored both in the English and in the Bulgarian versions, and they are stored in files. Let me give an example. This is the English one. We have JSON formatted text, and we have the name, we have the place ID, and we have the 5 positive and 5 negative mostly mentioned aspects for each restaurant. We can see them. Apart from the code that summarizes the reviews using the API of OpenAI, we also need one simple application that has several endpoints, which will return the data that is already stored as summaries. Let's see it. It's a simple Python application. It uses Flask, which is very efficient in creating simple APIs. And what we do here, we load the data first from the already stored JSON formatted reviews. We also create some helper dictionaries in order to map the IDs and the names, which we'll use later in the endpoints. And we have actually two endpoints. One is getting a place by ID and the other is getting a place by name. So both don't do something quite complicated. They just based on the ID or on the name go into the already loaded places and return the positive and negative aspects of the summaries. As a result, we have Python code that on one side can utilize OpenAI's API to summarize our reviews, and on the other side we have a small basic API that has two endpoints that will return the summarized reviews based on either ID or name of a place. So having these endpoints, the next step can be enriching the experience for the user of Google Maps. The series about restaurants reviews and its POC will be paused for a while because now I focus on some other projects. In the future, the journey will continue as I will create more videos about technology products, how the ideas came, how they can be validated, tested, developed, and so on. Thanks for watching and see you in the future videos.